Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay with the brand new Buyable Dark Matter Shawn Bradley. This card looks really exceptional. I'm very excited to try him out and see if he is any good here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. I think he is going to be a very, very good card at the center position. I was checking to see if he has, does he have D'Antoni by any chance? I want a coach that boosts ball handle if possible, but it doesn't look like he has a coach that boosts ball handle. So unfortunately, one of my boy PG's account, really appreciate him letting me use his account for this gameplay, but unfortunately I don't think Shawn Bradley's going to be able to actually timing burst in this gameplay because he does not have a coach that boosts ball handle. Now, I'm saying this right now, you want a coach that boosts ball handle with Shawn Bradley in addition to boosting his ball handle, probably lateral quickness as well as speed additionally in terms of a shoe, because statistically, as y'all see, there are some flaws, but he's 7'6". I think this card is going to be really, really good. I think his good release is going to be nice. He actually has very solid SIGs as well, but I do think it does unfortunately matter at least a bit that he does not have that 86 ball handle base. So you definitely want a shoe and a coach that'll get that over 86. Coach D'Antoni does that. Also, the free Dark Matter Phil Jackson boosts ball handle, I believe, so both those coaches would be great options. But I think this Shawn Bradley is basically your viable counter, at least as close as you're going to get to a Taco, 100 overall Yao, Zach Edey, Wembanyama, that type of center, and I think he gives you a lot of versatility. He's going to be a really good card. So before we hop into it and actually review the card, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, like I said, massive shout out to my boy PG. This Bradley card is very good. He even badged him out a bit. Let's just make sure. Check what badges he had. He added Hoff, Agent 3 and Speed Booster, Gold Limitless, Catch and Shoot, and Green Machine, and then Bronze Killer Combos or something along those lines. Look at his other Hoffs. It's a bunch of interior. Fast Twitch, Posterizer, Rise Up. He does have Hoff Catch and Claymore, Base, Unpluckable, Anchor, Clamps, Interceptor, Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, all that type of stuff. He's a really good card. Speed Booster, Right Stick Gripper, Movable Enforcer, all these things. He's very good, and with some added shooting badges, I think he's overall an absolutely elite option at the center position if you add a couple of shooting and a couple of playmaking badges to the card. The thing that I will say is, oh my... yikes. Now, he may not be able to time burst right now because he doesn't have an 86 ball handle, but Kyrie dribble style gives him the ability to still get a burst animation, and he's 7'6" with Jamal Murray behind the back and a money release. This card's incredible. Like, actually incredible. If you get the right shoe boost, coach, three-point shoe, all that type of stuff on him, he's insane. I mean, look at this card. His release is very good. He's 7'6", and he's got Jamal Murray behind the back, and he's buyable. This is a must-have card. Absolute must-have card. I don't care that he's only 79 base speed. With Phil Jackson and a shoe, that's 89. So, like, that's enough, especially at 7'6". This card's going to be unbelievable. This is the best buyable card in the game. He's the counter. This is the answer. If you have not had centers that can compete against Taco, Zach Edey, Yao, etc., between this card and a couple other, like if you still have that Dikembe card, maybe you did pull a Wemby at some point, or like I got Big Z out of a single a couple weeks ago. There are plenty of bigs at this point that can compete for sure. I mean, this Shawn Bradley is a must-have though, like absolute must-have. With this release and these SIGs, Cherry Escape, Jamal Murray behind the back, all that, this card's insane. Like legitimately one of the best cards in the game, and he's a must-have card without a doubt. Not even fully badged yet, not even with the shoe boost that boosts his ball handle, or sorry, with the coach that boosts his ball handling. Like, he's not even maximized in this gameplay, and he is going to be OP, damn near. I mean, this card's gonna be extraordinary. This is a must-have card, absolute must-have card, probably the most must-have card in the player market right now. Let's hop into a game. Let's use Shawn Bradley. I will say, between free Dikembe and this buyable Shawn Bradley, there is now an absolutely insanely elite, basically free and buyable duo in terms of bigs. This Shawn Bradley he may not be as good as Taco or Zach Edey, but with the right shoe boosts, again, with how good his release is and how good his SIGs are, with the right shoe boosts and coach, he's not far behind at all. And that, at the end of the day, is the most important thing about a card like this, or about cards like that, is that they need to have counters. That's all, though. As long as they have counters, this Shawn Bradley doesn't need to be better than those cards. The fact that he exists as a legit counter with a nice release and great SIGs and enough speed, especially with the shoe, to compete defensively. And I mean, again, he's 7'6", so like 80 somewhat, mid 80 speed is going to get the job done. You know what I mean? He will still be exceedingly glitchy. He will still move super fast. He will still be just fine defensively because he's big enough to be able to do all that. So between that, I mean, that's just an incredible free front court, not to mention the amount of free next cards you could get if you were to get Edey Edie or Sar or Flipowski. That's another elite big. Tim Duncan is the ultimate reward this season. He's an elite level big. Like, there's a lot of good free bigs you can earn at this point. I think this Shawn Bradley's kind of the icing on top. He's not free, but he's pretty much must have because of his ability to counter every single gambling big in the game. No matter who they are, he is now good enough to be able to compete at the highest level against them because of how good his release is, because of how great his SIGs are, because of how complete he is defensively. This card is an absolute dog and period, one of the best cards in the game. I just scored 10 points insanely fast. Shawn Bradley had 7 and we get ourselves an insta quit basically. Absolutely dominant first game. Let's hop into another one and let's keep destroying, because this Shawn Bradley card is, I mean, he's the best. This dude seems like he's not playing anywhere, but he also hasn't hit the quit button. So we'll take our dunk there, and now let's hop into another game at some point anyway, and let's get some gameplay with Shawn Bradley. The second matchup isn't much better. He's got freaking, like, again, size is valuable. You see it right there. Be able to contest Embiid there and prevent him from making that bucket. This dude's got Rodman at the 4, Jerry West at the 1. Like, it's just when you see those cards, you know you're not going up against an elite level squad. Looks like he's got Dillingham at the 2 as well. Oh, I just dribbled out of bounds. Did not mean to do that. That's our first pretty much blemish in this gameplay so far. I gotta say, this card is just, he's special. He's really special. Do y'all remember 2K? Was it 2K21 at the end of the year when there was a Dark Matter Shawn Bradley that came out in the Space Jam promo that was really, really good? I believe that's when that card came out. He was incredible, and he was the budget viable counter for the giant glitchy bigs. And this seems to be the same sort of case with this Shawn Bradley for sure. That was a bad decision there. I think I was open enough to just shoot it initially, but we're gonna use the Jamal Murray. I mean, dude, look how much space his behind the back creates. Like, Jamal Murray behind the back on a 7'6" dude is kind of crazy. This card's like borderline OP. I mean, in the same way that a guy like Taco is, but the thing is, he's light enough to actually trigger the behind the back at his size. That's insane. It's very, I mean, release is very Goat Wimby-esque too, to be honest. Very fast, smooth, good release. The only thing he's missing is the fact that he's just like statistically kind of limited in terms of speed, 3-ball, all that type of stuff. But honestly, that's kind of, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but if he wasn't statistically limited, he had 90 plus on everything, he's as good as Taco, he's as good as Zach Edey, he's as good as any big in the game. Like, as is, he's still borderline as good as all those guys without any of that stuff. Like, he's just an exceptional card with an elite release who moves exceedingly well and is super athletic and does everything well. Like, he's just almost unfairly good. Draws a foul there, driving to the rim, half whistle. Like, yes, he's missing some shooting badges and some flaming badges on his base card. Yes, he needs a good shoe. Yes, he needs a coach the boost ball handle. All that type of stuff is true. But you get all that stuff on him, and I don't think any of that's particularly hard to do. And you have yourself one of the best bigs in the entire game. For, I mean, yes, 315K MT isn't cheap, but it's attainable. MT's not hard to make, and it's definitely more reasonable than freaking gambling all your money on freaking packs every week. I'll say that. Look at the glitchiness of his size. Just finishes over a walled-up defender. Again, size matters. It just does. And no pause, y'all. Like, not in that way. But he's just glitchy. He's just really glitchy. Let's go back to this pick and pop, see if we can get ourselves one more catch and shoot 3. If we can, we will call it a gameplay. We cannot. So I'm going to dot his face off when I drive the ball here. Never mind. No, I'm not, because he actually switched on ball. I'm very surprised by that, to be completely honest. But then again, if you want, okay, come on. CPU rip with Dillingham's crazy there. I was trying to showcase the size as a slipper as well, to be fair, because again, I think if you wanted to, he's not just at all. Like, you can use him as a screener and a big who could just roll to the rim and attack mismatches. Like, you quick slip him to the rim, throw the ball inside to him, and he's just going to dominate dudes who are smaller than him. Like, Kawhi there is just not big enough. He just can't compete. And yeah, that's the value of a 7'6" center. Giant player build, just the ability to do everything at elite level. Rebounds better than everybody else too, because he's just taller. Like, there's nothing to hate about this card whatsoever. And I think he is one of the best bigs in the game, 100%. A almost must-have card, especially for all my non-gambling players out there, of which I know there are a lot of y'all. Definitely, if I was playing the game more, I can tell you this right now, Shawn Bradley would be a must-have card on my team. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 of 4 from the field. Didn't play great in this game compared to the first one, to be honest, but still, he's just dominant. Hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.